Hello, Wendy here. Wendy's Craft Turner, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So today I'm going to do the second part of this folio for you. Hopefully you've done one overnight and you'll be able to work along with me. First of all, I'm going to tell you what I do with all my scrap pieces. This is a really nice thick plastic sleeve. I think I must have got it at Argos, but not Argos. What am I talking about? Amazon even. Must have got it at Amazon. What I do, pieces that I've cut up, be it that size, that size probably the biggest I put in here. And I'm just putting them all into the bag. And then, you see, if we need a brain, put that in there as well. And what you do then, you see, you've got your piece of 12 by 12, your 12 by 12 folder, and if you're anything like me, you put it in and everything's all, won't go to the bottom because there's all these stray bits and pieces everywhere. Well, just put it in there, take this out, do whatever, put them in there, and there we go, as they say. Right, put that piece in there while I'm at it. Now then, I'm going to be using this today. It's one of the other beautiful papers in the Pansy Petal DSP. I'm hoping I'm not going to have any interruptions with doorbells today. Right, what I want to do first of all, I got this little notebook given to me, and that's going to be too small, so I'm going to start measuring things. Oh dear me, it's not like me just to measure things. Right, this is 7/8, 2 7/8. But what I want to do, it's got a W on it. A lovely friend gave me that one. What I want to do, I want to make one. Where's that other piece gone? Oh dear, I don't know. I've got it already set up and then I've lost some pieces now. Never mind. We will recover. The show must go on, etc., etc. Now what I wanted was a piece that's going to just about cover that, but I want a little thin line around it. So I'm going to chop it down to, this is how I measure. Let's just put that here. Especially with this, because it hasn't got an extendable arm, it only goes up to 10.5 centimetres. So what I tend to do, I'll measure, do that, and then I'll pull it until there. Then I know that's round about the right place for it to be. Did I cut that straight? I don't think I did I? So that's the Wendy measurement. And then it's still too long, so you cut a little bit off the side. Now, with this, you can decide what you want. I mean, if we cut this piece off, not quite, don't want to cut the one B there, and then we can cut a little bit off here. Oh, look at that, nearly there with my chair. Oh, I need to sit down. It's not far off, is it? So I'm going to leave, oh no, because I've got another 3 bumblebees there. You see, now what I'm trying to decide to do is I'm going to try and keep the biggest of the flowers. See those and those and those. So I'm going to cut off little bumblebee. Sorry, Bumblebee, you got to go. There we are now. We're covering the W like that, and I need a little bit off the top. No, the bottom one. Lot to think about, you see, and look out for and all that sort of stuff. Oh, look at that, nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, just a little bit off here. Teeny weeny piece. Right, how are we looking now? Eh? There we are, we're cooking on gas now, aren't we? Now I want to round the shoulders, round the corners. And I'm going to use, because this is all slippy slidey, get rid of these, Wendy, otherwise you know they'll end up on the floor. Because this is, like I said, this is slippy slidey. How far down can you see me? There, that's okay. Then I'm going to use some of these double-sided ribbon. Not ribbon, what's it called? Yeah, double-sided sticky. I think they call it finger lift as well, don't they? So I don't want to put this on that side, I want to put it on that side. If I had just done it with glue, I think it would have been a bit too slippy because it's like that. So I thought if I put some finger lift tape on it, then it should be alright. Now you see that piece is coming up. Right. So what I knew we want to do is cut the piece at the top. I'm using the wrong scissors, oh dear. There. The piece off the top. And I'll stick it to my finger, stick my finger. Right, now after we've done this, we're going to burnish it well. We really do want that bottom layer to stick. And then, am I going to be clever enough to do it with these? I think squished it on too good, I think. Yeah. One. I picked the wrong one up, didn't I? Never mind. 2. 3. Now make sure, of course, it's the right way round. Both of them are the right way round. Oh, bit of glue. Put a bit of glue in the middle, and it's, yeah, just the middle. Oh, this glue just doesn't like standing up. So one day I thought, okay, if you want to fall down, fall down. It got to be back. What's the word I'm trying to think of? It's got me back for laying it down by all the glue coming up into the top, and everything was just smudged then. Right, so there's my little notebook, and that I'm going to attach to this piece, but I'm not going to touch it any old how. No. Right, what I'm going to do now, we go like that. So I'm going to do that side. Yeah, because it'd be underneath, it doesn't matter. Now then what I want to do, I want to make a pocket. It's going to go about there, okay? So can you see what I'm doing here now? I'm pushing that down and scoring it at that angle. So then that'll fit in there. See what I mean? That'll fit like that. And then do the same with this piece. The piece that I'll cut, that's the fold, so I'll cut right here. Just stick down, this is coming out this way. Is that going to stick properly? Yes, it is. Look at that. Maybe do it a little bit more on this side, but on, it's, where's my, oh, see, look. Wendy, what you gonna do? Once again, I've cleared my table and I'm working on this tiny little gap here, which is a bit silly of me, I think. Right, now that I've marked it on the pad, sort of, you know, by eye sort of thing, I've now scored it. You see there, just about there, isn't it? And I go over it and I'll do the same here. And I shall fill that. And I'm looking there, it's got about, how much has that got there? It's got about the same again, isn't it? So if I fold it back, like that, you can see then that I've got to cut this piece off here, and they'll be both the same size as the side. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, how big is that? Am I going to do that? Yes, why not? Why not indeed? I'm going to move that here a minute because I don't want it being stuck to everything else. Right, I'm using this here because it's a very small area and I do want it to grab straight away sort of thing. You don't, you know, I've gone over here again, as you can see, you don't always have to cut them off. I'll show you what I mean now. Where's that other thing? You get to the stage where you've got everything organised, and then just that one, thank you, that one little thing catches you, and you go to pieces, and you just want to go, Mama, get me out of here. Right, if you go over, don't worry about it, just fold the ends in. If folding the ends in is, I think, a lot safer than trying to cut it, because if you try and cut it and you miss, well, it's gone. Right, dip tap tap, dip tap dip dip. Right, now then whereabouts do we want this? Now, that'll go across the top. So I'm going to put one of those pieces. It doesn't want to go, does it? Right, one of those pieces there. I'm going to put this in, pull this out, and the other piece goes there. Now what you can do with this then, you can and why I've left it thick like that, in case you want to take this off and put a big thick one that goes all the way down, because I've got some of them somewhere, but finding them, well, that's another thing. Right, so we've done that side. Where's my little, oh, a bit of a drink first. Cold cup of coffee. Then what I want to do now, I want to put some places where they can just tuck a photograph in. So I'm thinking up here, and if I, I still measuring in inches. I can't guess. I was brought up with inches, so no, 2.5 maybe. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, don't do that to me. You mustn't do that. If you are using one of these, always put your finger on there because that stops paper from running away with yourself. Right, now then, let's see how this works here. And I'm going to cut it square. So that was, what was that? That was about 6 centimetres. So I went 6 centimetres that way. And then, this could be a bit tricky, but I'm sure you'll get it in the end. You're just going to get the corner to corner, if you know what I mean. You might find it easy to do this with a ruler and a pair of scissors, but I'm trying to practice being good. And there we are. And by practicing being good, I mean I want to be using everything I've got, and learning how to use it properly. And then, no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one up there. Nope. One's going to come down here. Right, one's going to fit over that way. And what I'm going to do with this one, I was going to put a belly band down there, but I will do that at the back. And then I'm going to put this one up here. There. And this is not a little piece. Now then, to save throwing away odd little bits, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a mini band. No, it's not too small for anything. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it up the corner there. Don't forget, that way round. And that could be another little place when it straightens out. No, up a bit, I said. Oh, somebody do it today, does it for me? Right, come on. One piece goes up there to there, and then it goes down from there to there. Now, why didn't you do that in the first place? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure this roughly. It is 2.5 inches. There's 2.5 inches, and it's about that much there. So if I go about that, see what happens when you don't hold the top up, top down. Then you get an uneven cut this end then, and it's not too badly, but it is. So just going to cut that off there. Now I'm going to put a little bit, right, hold it down, then cut it. And you can have a straight edge then, as opposed to a wonky one. Now I'm going to put this here for another little tuck spot. I don't want to put it that way round. No, yes, no, that. Put that one there for another little tuck spot. So we're tucking spots everywhere, aren't we? So now they've got tuck spots there, and this, so they can put their little photographs or whatever in. Now then here, I've been wondering what to do about here, but what I will do, I'm going to put a belly band all the way down there, and that is 4.5-ish. So I don't want a 4.5 one. I want it, I reckon 2 inches will be, yeah. 2 inches would be just right, going down there. Now I'm going to mark it, making sure that I go to the end of the paper there, here, that piece there, rather than the top of the card. Put that there, come down. Once again, it's easy to get these straight. Maybe I shouldn't say things like that, should I? Once I say that, that's it. Nothing goes right then. Right. Like that. It's handy to keep all these little bits of things, because you never know when they're going to come in useful. They're going to come in useful for today, I tell you. There we are, that's not too bad, is it? Right, because it's got a bigger surface, I can put it further down. With the other bits, I couldn't get it that far down, so I can, because of the space. But I can do here. Now you can stand up there. Make sure all the flowers are going right way up. Here we go. Today. Now, and I'm just not quite sure what to do here. No, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do. I'm going to put the strip off here. 4 inches. And then under here, where's that bit gone? Okay, I'm going to do another little pocket there. And also, when you're cutting things out like this, you think, I want that piece, or I want that piece. So you can, actually, I want this piece today because it's got the bumblebee on it. And a nice piece of the flower. So we're putting that down there. Which way around is it? That way. So I want to glue on the bottom, the side and the bottom. I tend to put when it's at the bottom or like that, I tend to put the glue on the outside piece. Well, I mean, if you put it on the inside piece, that would be hopeless because you wouldn't be able to put anything in there, will you? Right, so let's use this as our little tuck, wherever we want to tuck in. So we're that there, another one there, another one there, and another one there. And then here, then we've got one there. And of course we covered the notebook. And then we've got this big one that we can tuck in like that. We need to do something on this side now. I can't quite decide. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it blank. Because it's just going to... Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's another idea. I could play like this for hours, you see. Here we are. I'm going to put... Yeah, come on. There to go. Oh, phew, I got that right, didn't I? Put that there, and then whoever gets it then can use this for many things all the way up and down there. So there we are, my useful little useful little folio. Sorry about that, and thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe, and then you can join the madness is my team. Okay, thank you, bye.